Hi everyone, let's look at our active list. Atom, one of the strongest ones, as I mentioned earlier, has come down from the resistance, makes sense, reacted at resistance, how deep. So we are going to focus how deep they have corrected, because you know that what happened on Friday, everything corrected. So we have to see how much damage was done and how deep they retraced. So Atom, absolutely no worry, because it's still above the support, and this is not even 20% of this whole entire upside move. So Atom, I would say one of the best ones, right in the list. Even in the bigger list, if you look at all the large cap, AVAX, look at that, it's holding up, not bad. BNB, BNB, I'm surprised. The BNB, such a big hack, like $500 million worth of hack, and it's holding up. It's so crazy. I mean, yeah, it's so crazy. I mean, I can't believe, as if they're true supporters, in my opinion. Otherwise, any other coin would have crashed by this time. So this is mind blowing. Why it is not crashing? It's not that I want to see, but it surprised me. Anyways, this is how it is, that when the community is strong, this is what happens. Okay, so BNB, despite of all these challenges, it is still here, which is awesome. And in fact, that proves that how strong it is. CRO, a little bit of a downside move after this upside move a couple of weeks ago, still in a okay range. Doge made some good move last week, maybe partially with Elon and all that, but whatever is the reason, it is little better than previous week, so marginally improved. DOT is also nice. I mean, look, if it is trying to move away from the support, right? That is important. Last 3 weeks, not good. This is green candle, which is positive. Of course, it requires more height. You don't want it to consolidate here. You would like to see it some about 8. EGLD is one of the strongest ones. You see, it is not much affected and making progress. So we can say at this moment, this is another coin which is showing strength. So I would highlight that. Ethereum, as I mentioned, I didn't move the support, and because then this support can be used as resistance, as I mentioned in last week. And this is what we are seeing here: first attempt, for second attempt, and third attempt. But what you're seeing here is there is no new low, not yet. So what I can simply do is I will just, since it is stabilized or not making new low, it's easy to um, go for this low as 1215 as the next support, big support, because remember, this is the ultimate low. Then this is the secondary low, and this is now recent low, right? So you have to think in terms of cluster, that where it is getting the bounce or lift. So this is where it got the bounce, and then this is the first real move, came down, right? This was also good, but then this was new low, but still higher lows with respect to this these lows, prior lows, right? And now consolidating here. Now you can clearly see this low or support is now resistance for last 3 weeks. However, what is positive is this is still green, and it is not somewhere here. It is not somewhere 1200 levels. It is somewhere above 1300, which is positive. So it is not great, of course. We would like to see it breaking above this 1400 plus, and it would be amazing if it crosses 18K level, sorry, 1800 level, right? Because then it will be then free of all this mess. At this moment, this is still recovering, but so far so good. As I said, nothing to worry. as long as it doesn't come down to 1200. File, not bad. I mean, it's not doing anything. So there's nothing, there's no growth, there's no gain. At the same time, there's no threat as well. It's just more doing nothing. It's like sleeping giant maybe, because it is capable of making huge move. After this consolidation, it made a huge move. After this consolidation, it could make a huge move. And I can see from a TA point of view, there is a big it's actually forming a symmetry. If you look at closely, if this is the down move, and then you see this kind of a symmetry, it's consolidating higher, which is positive. You see something like this, and it could make move like this. Why not? I would stop here for now, but it could go all the way. All right, so I'll keep this drawing for reference. So if this support is not broken, this is what we would like to see. This next week, as far as the pattern is concerned. So this is how the pattern is useful. It will give some estimation. Of course, there's no certainty, but it gives us some kind of estimation that if this is my pattern, then this is where it is going to go on the upside. So one can be prepared, and you don't have to stare. You just simply put an alert somewhere here, and then you do whatever. So you may plan now. You may not need to take action, right? And whenever you get an alert, if it breaks about prior weeks high, that would be good. In my opinion, that will be ultimate signal, which is 6.17 kind of a level. Then it will be really positive, not just a move on the upside, but if it breaks prior week's high, that would be awesome. That will be really positive. So far, so good. So that's for Filecoin. And this pattern is very interesting. It's a huge one, as you could see. Flux. Flux is back to its support, not broken. So I'm not going to move this support. Week hasn't ended. Also, this went down but closed above. This also week not ended. If it breaks below, we'll look for the next support. Again, what I said for Ethereum, the same description applies here. This was the low, and this is the recent low, right? This was prior low. This is the recent low, and this is still way higher than this low. So there is plenty of room here, right? Support point of view. Right? There is no threat as far as the recovery process is concerned. Nobody would like to see going down, but from a TA point of view, there is plenty of room. So there's a difference between how traders would think and a TA would think. Trader would not like to see going down, and TA would say, you know what, even if this goes down, it's not a big deal because it's still a safer level. So different expectations and understanding. I would not say that. I think the accurate statement would be it's a different viewpoint. Right. FTM, it's consolidating, doing nothing for last 3 weeks, but at the same time hasn't broken. So holding up pretty well. This is like a double bottom, triple bottom, whatever you want to say. This is the low. This is more or less the same low, and this is the same low. If you consider this as a range, it's never about a exact dollar number. Remember, it's always about some range. Yeah. And I think this gray area is even lower one. So you can zoom out and think that this is a double bottom for this one, and then this is a double bottom for this one. You see what I'm saying? And this is a low, right? For this particular move. So if you consider, if you zoom out, what is happening here? If you look at the whole entire trend, right? I should use the path. Uh, okay, so it started here, corrected, consolidated, another second leg, corrected, consolidated, and a third leg, right? I'll just ignore this because this is like more or less the same. And then came down, tiny, and then here, you see how it is progressing. Now this is a decision. Now if it recovers, then it goes up like this, correct? Otherwise, you can imagine it goes down like this, maybe go up and then rest and then decide like this or further down. Because then, so right now it's forming a symmetry as I mentioned earlier. This is like, if you look at these two tops, has a symmetry. If it's very interesting, this FTM is actually from a beautiful pattern, so to speak. If you draw a vertical line, you can visualize. In my school days, I used to draw freehand. Means we used to draw a vertical line and we used to draw this kind of a freehand, so with a symmetrical left and right side. I'm not sure if everybody has done in their childhood. We used to do. So this is like, this is the view. So you can clearly see what is happening. This is the left hand side is the bull trend. On the right hand side is the bear trend, where this is a decision point where it can branch out a bit, recur from here on. And then if that happens, then you see it could go up. And again, there is a decision. And then there's another pattern you would like to learn, which is a head and shoulder, a huge one, huge one. So I'm throwing some academics here. So you see, this is left shoulder. This is right. Now, sometimes the height is not the same. So this is higher. That doesn't mean has to be equally high. It's not always the case, right? So, but the funny part is that this could go up and then match up with this. So in that case, this could be a big head and shoulder. It could make something like this and fool everyone. We don't know yet. That's why my arrow is not going all the way but up to here, because I'm interested to see what it does here. So this is lower line, this is higher line, and if it breaks about this, then we can say it's for higher. Otherwise it could form a left shoulder, right, already made the head, and then make a right shoulder. So breakdown can happen from here, or it could happen after forming a right shoulder. So if it breaks about this level approximately, then only we can say it is going for higher. Yeah, because of the pattern, what we can do, we cannot do anything but think. So these are different scenarios and pattern TA would think about, right? As I said, I'm throwing some academics here, those who are interested in learning TA. So don't tell me that I don't share. Okay, I do. Just in case if somebody is thinking. Only thing is I share so many things in a subtle way. If somebody is spending time and watching and reading, it could learn a lot. There's no formal lesson. In fact, I did for 1 year, but those who joined would not have that opportunity. In past, I did for 6 quarters, but now I'm not doing it. Yeah. Anyways, however, I'm doing in a different manner, like this. But if somebody is not watching weekly update, they are not going to learn. I mean, they're going to miss. That's what I mean. They will learn if they want to. Okay, so this is FTM. Let's come back to our updates. We deviated to and dive into some TA stuff. Let's get back in. Okay, HNT, not a problem. See, it was very close to the resistance zone. This is like heavy resistance zone because there were multiple rejections also we could see. You can actually extend and this support, right? It makes sense. Not a problem at this moment. And remember, as I said earlier in FTM, all this, everything is a downturn right now, and they're trying to recover. People think about bull and bear, but they don't think that there are crossover phases where if it is downtrend, then there is a crossover phase where it is trying to recover, right? So there are 4 phases, not 2. A bear, bull, everybody knows, but then the reversal phase where it turns, it takes a U-turn, right? So if you look at it, when it went down, it tried to recover but failed. Then a new low. Okay, so no new low. Try to recover here, but fail. And then new low. Try to recover, fail, new low. Trying to recover now, we'll see what happens, right? So this one, first, second, third, fourth, all these are crossover phases. Means it had tried to recover from the drop, earlier drop, but the failed 3 times in past. Okay, 3 times. And this is the fourth major one, right? So that's how you see. And that's why there are 4 phases, right? And similarly, if you look at the bull run, right, you see up, then a down. So you cannot think that this is correction, right? And this is like as if it's going to go down, but it didn't, right? So this is also crossover, but it failed to break down and went up, right? So you think, you see how it's the same thing, then up, then again it kind of breaking down, but not quite, and then went up. Again, another breakdown attempt, but not quite, and then went up. You see, so there were 1, 2, 3 major breakdown attempts, right? But it didn't. Similarly, here there are breakout attempts on the upside, but they fail in past. So this is how, this is price action. This is the life cycle of a wave, whatever way you want to, see it. But this is how, I mean, if you train yourself, so there are 4 phases, not 2. I hope this is clear. People just think about bear, bull. That's not how it works. Okay. So right now we are in a crossover phase. This is very important. Crossover is perfectly all right phase, and it's part of the game, remember, because I have shown to you, even in the bull run, not just in down, right? This is a crossover, where it is like decide whether it has to go up or down, right? Here also, it's always crossover. So there are 4 phases, and often people lose a lot of money near the consolidation phase, this crossover phase. Why? Because in crossover phase, you see a lot of ups and down. If you take any crossover phase, you see zigzag, up and down range bound movement, right? If this is a weekly, if I go on a lower, you will find zigzag even more. If you look at this one, right, zigzag. So this is where people lose money. So I often say, if you want to understand how things are moving, you have to zoom out and track at a weekly level. Then only you're going to see. Think about it. You live in a house, but if you want to see how your streets are arranged or shaped like, you have to fly the drone on top of your house at certain height to see the elevation. Then only you will see the street view. We call street view, right? As we use any map. So you have to zoom out to see the structure. Then only, so if you want to zoom out, I mean, if you want to see how my city looks like, then you have to go at a higher level. If you want to see how my state looks like, or county looks like, right, or province looks like, then you have to go even higher, and so on. And then you know what I mean. So that's how, if you had to go higher in time frame to see the structure, to see the life cycle, and then you get the idea. Even if you go to monthly, you get a simpler chart. And if you hide all the drawing and give a minute, you will know what it is doing right now. Like that. I'm not saying you track on monthly, weekly is good enough, but you can track, you can have a quick look at monthly. This is to know where it stands. This is to know whether it's trying to move up or down just by looking at it. You spend 2 minutes, it is good enough. So these are a few things I would like to share. Again, there's no formal teaching, but those who are watching would learn. Okay. Holding up case, yes, nothing more to say. Link is pretty good. See, it's making progress. Not a huge move so far, but no, not bad. Steady progress. Matic bounced off. Nice, much better. You can draw a simple trend line here, like this, and perfectly aligned. You see, perfectly aligned. So like that. So it has to break above this one to make new high. As simple as that. But the good thing is it's moving away from the support. That's a positive sign. Sand, right? This is support. Not bad. Flat. SDN we removed. I had to remove. We remove. It's not that it's bad, but I want to take something which is trending so I can give you the next level. That was the idea. And also, yeah, SDN, it's not bad. SDN is not bad, but I thought maybe I'll change it. So I took the token. I'm not sure if it's a wise decision, but we'll see. So anyway, so yeah, next send we saw, like, yeah, this is also flat, nothing much. Solana, and then Toko. So Toko started making move. It has broken above the downtrend line. That's why I added. Okay, this is pretty safe in a way. And this particular height is also actually surpassed this particular point of rejection, which is positive, right? And this kind of retracement is normal for this kind of fast moving coins. I want to take one quick fast moving coin in this active list. That's one of the reasons, actually. Some kind of excitement. So that's why it's not that it's great and there are no other good coins, but I took this one anyways. So let's see. You know what, I like the big pattern that I'm tracking, which I posted on academia, the big double bottom. So what if it continues moving up and goes up to this one, which is the current path? If you look at the monthly chart, first month green, second month green. If the monthly is green, we cannot ignore, and we cannot say this is not, this is something, right? So monthly back to back green and a big one is very positive. So I would expect it to continue moving up like this, right? And form a giant W. That would be awesome. We'll see. We'll be tracking every week, so we would know. But yeah, that's the reason why. Also, I saw tokens and all the few things, website, quick browse, but I mainly the chart. Other things look okay, sort of. But yeah, it's on KuCoin, so who knows? It might be listed on some other exchanges in future. You never know. Anyways, this ends the overall updates. I hope you got something, something additional, something new. Any question, let me know.